Warning, this video may contain graphic content such as sexual scenes, violence, gore, boobies, and the rest of the fun stuff. Unfortunately, YouTube won't allow that, so we'll try what we can. Please be over 18 to view this video, and don't say we didn't warn you.
Endlessly searching for an original sin.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the original Fate Stay Night visual novel. Seems like a lot of you guys are enjoying my Let's Play of this, which makes me happy. I love doing these type of games, even though apparently someone said that I do this just to mess with you guys. Not exactly sure how that would work, considering there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you don't see of just grinding for a lot of games. So if I'm messing with everyone, man, that is one hell of a dedication to mess with everyone. But let's jump back into it. I will say this is one of the ones I've been enjoying very much. If you guys do have a request for games, it can be an actual released visual novel, stuff like I normally do, like made by indie groups. I don't mind doing them. There's one that I've kind of been looking at doing called Seiya no Uta that I kind of enjoyed. I remember playing a little bit of it a while ago. That one and another one called Chains. I do want to get back to doing like at least once or twice a month a Japanese visual novel along with the regular ones I do. So let's continue. The day of fate comes to a close. No, this night is the start of fate. There are 6, including myself now. Once the last one summons a servant, the 7th one who is not yet a master, this Holy Grail war will commence. It's not far ahead. The battle I've waited 10 years for is about to commence. No sound. The Holy Grail War. It is a great ritual which has been practiced for hundreds of years. If one enters the ritual, one must eliminate the other 6, as it is a battle for one's life. I don't know when the Holy Grail War began. It is said that the Holy Grail is in the land of Fuyuki, and that many magi have fought each other here in the past. They had only one purpose, to obtain the noble phantasm called Holy Grail. But the origin of the Holy Grail is unknown. It is certain that it has never received the blood of God, but the power matches that of one in the legend. Yes, it is said that the Holy Grail can grant any wish. Only one that has the right to possess it. The Holy Grail can only grant one wish for one person, and he must find all 7 in some of the wrong game. But 7 magi are needed to summon the Holy Grail in this land. 1 miracle, 7 collaborators. Well, the point is, it was only a matter of time before the fight broke out over the Holy Grail. It began like an ordinary fight over resources. The 7 magi used the power of the Holy Grail equally to each summon a familiar, a servant, to battle each other's magi. Only 1 magus will obtain the Holy Grail, and so each of them treat the other 6 once allies, now as enemies, and a gruesome fight began. This is the ritual called the Holy Grail War, a competition between the Magi for the Holy Grail. The Magi chosen by the Holy Grail are called Masters, and each Master receives a powerful familiar called the Servant, by the grace of the Holy Grail. I'm not making it go that fast, by the way. There are 2 proofs that one is a Master, summoning a servant and making it obey, and obtaining the 3 command spells that can order the servant. The first goes without saying. Yesterday, no, a few hours ago to be exact, I summoned Archer to be my servant. That leaves only the second. I must protect to the end this command spell that binds the servant. For a master, this is probably the most important thing of all. The pattern inscribed on my right hand after summoning Archer, this is the command spell. This holy sign granted by the Holy Grail is the proof of a master who has summoned a servant. This mark with the concentrated magical energy is an instantaneous thing, not an internal one. It is consumed by use, and as the appearance suggests, it has one use for each strike. In other words, only 3 times. A master who loses all 3 of their command spells will be unable to control their servant and faces death. So, the command spell must be guarded as closely as one's life. It hurts my head to think that I've used one right at the start, but it wasn't completely meaningless, so I'll call it good, because it's not unusual for servants to go against their masters. I'm fortunate to have been able to chain him using one command spell. Well, that's the gist of it. The Holy Grail War will start when the 7 servants are all summoned. I can't just sleep in. I don't know where the last master will appear, but it should be soon. I'm so tired. Looking out the window dazed, I notice the sun's already way up.
9時過ぎてる。遅刻どころの話じゃない。
Glancing at the clock, I confirmed to myself that I'll be skipping school today.
体が重い。半分以上持ってかれたみたいね、これは。
I sit up in bed and take a deep breath. I'm not tired just because I'm not a morning person. Like Archer said, a master who has just summoned their servant cannot function satisfactorily.
そうだった。私、セイバーじゃなくってアーチャーを呼び出したんだ。
I can remember clearly. Well, it's not something I want to remember, but even if I don't like it, there's no second chance.
魔力が戻るまで1日ちょいか。今日は鳴らし運転ってことにしよう。
I slowly climb out of bed. I fight a bit against the unseasonable warm air and my desire to stay wrapped up in my blankets. I knock out the desire to go back to sleep in the 3rd second of the match and check myself in the mirror. Nothing obviously wrong, except for the fact that I have only about half the usual magical energy in my body. Everything's up to par.
まあ、問題なんてあるわけないけど。
For now, I want to check the situation. The servant I summoned is Archer. He's a rude guy with no manners to spare for his summoner and master. And on top of that, he doesn't know who he is. Oh, I'm getting a headache already.
あいつの記憶が戻るまで切り札は封印か。思い出せないんじゃ使いようがないしね。
Servants are powerful familiars on their own, but what makes them the most powerful is the fact that they all have one powerful secret move. The problem is, Archer says he can't remember what it is.
まあ、火はこっちにもあるし、なんとかやっていくしかないか。
That's right. As this is how things ended up, we're both on the same boat. I hope he sorts out his memories soon, but with the way he's acting right now, who knows when that'll be. Honestly, looks like we've got a load of problems ahead.
あ、見直したかもこれ。
The living room is just the way it was before. The only exception, I only expected him to clean up the rubble, so I'm moved that he went this far. He must have felt bad for making such a mess of the living room, or he wouldn't have done this. I should call him admirable, or maybe just a nice guy.
日はとっくに昇っているぞ。また、随分とだらしがないんだな、君は。
I take it back. This shameless attitude, he doesn't deserve any praise at all.
おはよう。そういうあんたは随分とリラックスしてるようね。
嫌だからな。どこに何があるか把握したよ。おう。ついでだから厨房も片付けておいた。もう少し荒れているかと思ったが、なかなか気の行き届いた厨房だ。一人暮らしの洋館にしては上等だな。
I'm getting a headache. Why is my servant checking my cleanliness? They say servants think only of battles, so maybe this guy's broken somehow?
なるほど。本調子ではなさそうだな。昨夜は元気だったが、睡眠をとって疲れが出たのだろう。 紅茶でよければご馳走しよう。
So, at home in a stranger's house, Archer stands, takes out a new teacup without a moment's confusion, and pours a fine rose-colored tea. There are all sorts of things I want to say, but I surprisingly don't feel like interrupting him. Every aspect of his motion is refined, and you could even say he is being considerate.
まあいいけど、疲れてるのは事実だし、飲む。
I take a seat. He hands me the teacup silently and takes a sip. Oh, it's good. Of course, an exotic Chinese tea. It's the best part of my favorite leaf, so I'd be mad if it tasted bad. In fact, I get mad when someone uses one of my favorites without permission. Yes, I would get mad, but when it's brewed so wonderfully, I'm too happy to complain.
ちょっと、何笑ってるのよ、あんた。
何、感想が聞きたかったが、その顔では聞くまでもないと思っただけだ。
I slam the cup down on the table.
もったいない。熱いうちに味わった方がいいぞ。私が気に障るなら消えているが。
ごちそうさま。結構よ。私は茶坊主が欲しくてマスターになったわけじゃないわ。
そうか。
ええ。私が求めているのは戦力としての使い魔よ。
I've said it before, this game is very click sensitive. Just lightly touching it will make it skip. So yeah, for anyone that's getting mad about that, I'm sorry. That shit's annoying to me too.
家事をこなすサーバントなんて聞いたことがないし、する必要も特にないわ。
特にはないとはどういう意味かな。
別に好きなようにとって結構よ。それよりあなた自分の正体を思い出せた？
Archer shakes his head. Just as I thought, it's bad. If he can't remember it after one night, it's not going to come back easily. Even if we test various things today, this is still...
わかった。あなたの記憶に関してはおいおい対策を考えとく。じゃあ出かける支度をして、あっちゃん。召喚されたばかりで勝手もわからないでしょ。街を案内してあげるから。
出かける支度？いや、そんな必要はないだろう。出るのならばすぐに出られるが。
あのね、そんな格好で出歩くつもり？どう見ても普通じゃないし、他のマスターが見たら一発でサーバントってわかるじゃない。私、自分から私はマスターですなんて言いふらす気はないんだけど。
ああ、そういうことか。それも問題はない。確かに着替える必要はあるが、サーバントはもともと霊体だ。非戦闘時には霊体になってマスターにかける負担を減らす。
ああ、そっか。召喚されたって英霊は英霊だものね。霊体に肉体を与えるのはマスターの魔力なんだから、私が魔力提供をカットすれば。
自然。我々も霊体に戻る。そうなったサーバントは守護霊のようなものだ。レイラインで繋がっているマスター以外には観測されない。もっとも会話程度はできるから偵察ならば支障はないが。
あ、便利。それじゃあ本当に他のマスターを探し出すなんて難しいんだ。
ああ。だが魔術師は魔術師を知覚できるだろう。それと同じでサーバントもサーバントを感知できる。優れた魔術を知るサーバントならば遠く離れたサーバントの位置さえ把握するだろう。
Just as Archer says, a master is usually a great magus. God, I've had people yell about how I say it. A magus with strong magical energy is sensitive to other magical energy. But as far as I know, no one in this town has magical energy that strong.
で、あんたはどうなの？他のサーバントの位置、わかる？
マスター、私のクラスは何か忘れたのか？遠く離れた敵の位置を探るなど 騎士上がりできるものか。
Well, I guess not. Archer's magical energy isn't that strong. I expect only the servant caster would have enough magical energy to locate enemies from a distance.
わかったわ。じゃあとりあえず後についてきて、あーちゃん。
そう目新しいものではなさそうだね。それよりマスター、君大切なことを忘れていないか？
え？大切なことって何？
まったく君まだ本調子ではないぞ。契約において最も重要な交換を私たちは未だしていない。
契約において最も重要な交換。
Equivalent exchange? No, fundamentally the reward for a servant is to participate in the Holy Grail War. There shouldn't be any more exchange necessary.
君な、朝は弱いんだな、本当に。
Archer says so in surprise. Listening to his sarcastic comment, I realized something. Come to think of it, he hasn't addressed me by name yet.
ああ、しまった。名前。
思い当たったか？まあ、今からでも遅くはないさ。それ。
Can you stop doing that game? Damn it, he's a good person. Yes, there's no mistake. After all, there's no meaning to exchanging names. Servant and master have a relationship forced upon them by the command spell. For a contract with a normal familiar, the exchange of names has a great deal of meaning, but no such bond is needed between master and servant. But still, Archer calls it important. It's a proof of trust that we shall be fighting alongside each other, even without the command spell.
私、遠坂凛よ。あなたの好きなように呼んでいいわ。
I answer bluntly, unable to be true to my feelings. Well, actually, it would probably be easier for me to be addressed in a reserved manner like you or master, and he'll probably call me that. But that said, Archer mutters my name to himself.
それではリンと。ああ、この響きは実に君に似合っている。
He says something outrageous.
リン、どうした？何やら顔色がおかしいが。
うるさい。いいからさっさと行くわよ、あーちゃん。とにかくのんびりしてる暇なんてないんだから。
Aw, is it young love? Oh, I almost hit my recording button. I turn away and start walking. I'm vexed. I don't know why, but I am. Did Archer say that just to make me feel this way?
ありえる。こいつなら絶対そうだ。
Yes, that must be it. So my face is getting hot and my heart pounding. They're all part of his plan. Be careful, Rin. You're going to have to work with this crooked guy from now on. I go out with Archer. The city we live in, Fuyuki City, can be basically divided into two towns. Here, the place with old houses and traditional buildings, is Mayama City. One of the other side of the river is Shinto. Woo! I didn't speak. Where modern development is happening. My house is in the older section, Mayama City. Mayama City is broadly separated into two sections as well. There is one of the sections with the Western-style houses where immigrants from the foreign countries live. And on the other side of the area is the area of old Japanese-style houses with a mountain behind it. I take the old Japanese-style ones. Both sections are on top of hills, so you could say both are suburbs. The houses in between these two sections are relatively ordinary. As a demonstration, they're this ordinary. This is the crossroad of Mayama City, and the hill leading up to the Western-style houses like mine. On the opposite hill, leading up to the Japanese-style houses, a bridge leads to the neighboring town of Shinto, and the other way leads to the school, shopping district, and even Ryodo Temple. Ryodo Temple? I'm gonna get yelled at for that one. Up on the mountain. And this is a large bridge connecting Shinto and Mayama City. A few years ago, a big station was built over the side, and it has grown rapidly since then. Even though Mayama City and Shinto are in the same city, you can think of them as totally different places. The city's name, Fuyuki, or water tree, or winter tree, supposedly come from the fact that winters are long here. Thinking about it, this place certainly has a long winter. In contrast, though, it's quite warm here, and February here is about as warm as December everywhere else. I would like long winter, please. I bet a few hot springs would turn up if you went digging around. Then again, this half-hearted cold could make the city a poor hot spring resort. Fuyuka City has a friendly winter and a strange climate that enters spring in April with no change. Shinto is all like this. The rapidly developing town started to build tall buildings as if rushed by something, and as a result it looks very artificial. Though that's only in the last 10 years. From what I hear, the big fire here 10 years ago pretty much burned down the whole residential district. These buildings were constructed on the land no one lived on anymore. And this is the center of it. And we'll find out more next time, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for more Fate Stay Night. I hope to continue doing this. And again, if you want to request any Japanese visual novels to me, just leave them in the comments. Like I said, one I'm looking at maybe doing in the future is called Seiya no Uta, and another one is called Chains. There's a couple of others I might be looking at picking up. I think Jast has a bunch that I might pick up. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. Hey, if anybody from Jast sees this, give me a call, man. I would love to review your games. Bye, everyone.